Hey there, I'm Scola. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be guiding you through a 30-minute flow with no standing poses to help release back and shoulder tension. Be sure to have blocks nearby, and if you have trouble sitting up tall and your spine rounds, you can always use a block underneath your hips with your knees dropping below your pelvis. And if your knees have trouble relaxing, you can also prop them up with blocks or pillows as well. So sitting however you can so that way your spine is nice and tall. If you're on a block, you might want to come to the edge. We're going to sit up. I like to rock side to side, lifting one cheek and then the other, making sure that I have a nice wide even seat on the earth. We'll inhale, lift our arms up overhead, keeping the shoulders down the back. Inhaling up nice and tall, keeping the back of the neck long. Feel into your back and your shoulders. How are they doing? And then exhale, we're going to place our right hand to the earth or wherever you can reach it comfortably. Inhale, reaching over to the right. I'm pressing my left hip down into the mat as I'm extending my left side body up and over. Exhaling back up. Inhale over to the other side. And again, extending that right hip down as I reach to the left. Inhale deep into the rib cage, into the side body. Exhaling back up. And then inhale, we'll go ahead and place our hands on our knees, lifting through the heart, keeping the back of the neck long, or you can even reverse this, inhaling into more of a cat, breathing into the upper shoulders. So doing whatever feels good for you here, and then exhale in the opposite direction. And then inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, twist over to the left. Again, wherever you can reach, breathing here. Inhaling up. Exhale, twisting to the opposite side. Allowing your hips to move with you, your spine moving through, nice and gentle. Inhale up. Exhale here, feeling into the back, and then inhale, placing that right hand to the earth, reaching over, extending that side body. Breathe. Exhale up. Again, if you have a hard time reaching, you can also place a block. Exhaling, inhaling over, Ooh, see if you feel any pops. Exhale all the way back up. And then inhale either to more of your cow spinal flexion, so lifting through the heart, keeping the back of the neck long, or inhaling into cat, breathing into the upper body and the shoulders, whatever feels good for you here. And then exhaling to the opposite direction. And we'll do 2 more rounds. So coming back, inhaling up. Exhale, twisting to the left, allowing your right hip to come forward. Left hip comes back, gently looking over. Inhale up. Exhale, twisting to the opposite side. Inhaling up. Exhale to just pause and notice. And then inhale, place that right hand down. Exhale to come back up. Inhale, other side. Exhale, back up. Inhale wherever you want to do, whether it's breathing into the shoulders or to the chest. And then exhale, opposite direction. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left, sending that right hip forward. Maybe see if you can look just a little bit more, not pushing anything. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. And then this time we'll just go back into our cat-cow. So just taking a few breaths here, whether you're breathing into your shoulders or into your heart. And then exhaling, opposite pose. Beautiful. And then just coming to settle on our mat, breathing here. Just noticing. We can bring the palms back towards the hips. And inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them forward, down, back, and up. We'll do that 2 more times. Forward, down, back, and up. Nice and slow and gentle, not going to your max right away. And then opposite direction. Back, down, forward, up as you inhale. Exhale, back, down, forward, inhaling, back up. 1 more round. And then inhale up into the ears, and exhale, we're gonna let our shoulders drop. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale. Maybe breathing out through the mouth help to activate the vagus nervous system. Inhale up once more. And exhale, release it. Nice. So we'll go ahead and move the blocks out of the way if you have them under you or at your sides, and we'll come to a tabletop on our hands and knees. You want to spread the fingers nice and wide and then claw the fingers back towards your face so that way they're nice and strong and engaged. Micro bend in the elbows so we're not locking out. We want to keep communication, and I'm using my shoulders to kind of reach down towards the earth, so I'm puffing up between the shoulder blades. Knees come underneath the hips, toes right behind the knees. I inhale, try and stretch your hips apart and lengthen your tailbone back as you reach the top of your scalp into the opposite direction. So just breathing here into this nice strong tabletop, feeling everything expanding out and away from each other in all directions. Notice if you feel any extra tension in one of your hips or in your back, shoulders. Beautiful, and then nice and gentle, we'll inhale. Keep the hips stretching apart as you lift the tailbone, pulling the shoulders back, the neck stays long. Exhale to curl, tuck the tailbone, lifting up and through. Look back at your belly button. And 2 more rounds just like that. Inhaling through. Exhale, moving like waves through the spine. 1 more round. Keeping that engagement in your elbows and shoulders. And then we'll lengthen back out into our tabletop. And then exhale, pull your right hip and your right shoulder together as you look back at your right hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, left shoulder meets left hip, looking back over the left. Inhale to center, 2 more rounds. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach back. Inhale. Exhale. And then we'll inhale back into our tabletop and just try for some nice spine rolls all the way through. It might feel weird at first, especially if you've never done this. Just go with the flow, and then we'll pause and see if you can move in the opposite direction. This used to be really hard for me when I first started yoga, doing the opposite direction. I'm kind of directionally challenged and not good with like dancing and choreography, so it takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. You can just kind of wiggle out, see whatever feels good. Maybe get the elbows into this. Just feel into your body. And now we'll go ahead and lift our feet, kind of flexing and pointing, bringing the knees a little bit closer together for stability. You can lift that left leg long, nice behind you, and then with the toes tucked, set it down. Then we'll go ahead and lower down to our forearms, and then just gently stretching into that heel, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and then like to roll forward, even coming to the top of the foot, and inhale, rolling back into that heel. Exhale, rolling forward. Inhale, stretching back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, stretch it back and hold here. Just breathing for a moment. And again, be mindful of the hips. I'm still trying to stretch them nice and wide, lengthening the tailbone away from my scalp. Puffing up between the shoulder blades. You can always come to blocks, whatever your body needs. Breathing here. Beautiful. And then we'll go ahead and with the leg staying where it's at, coming back to our hands. And again, engaging, pressing the shoulders away, breathing between the shoulder blades. We'll inhale, lift that left leg. Exhale, gently curl, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen back and up. Maybe even giving yourself a little bit of a back bend, staying mindful, keeping the neck long. Exhale to curl. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, we'll put that foot down, spin your right heel out to the side, left heel comes to the ground. Inhale to lift your left arm up. So we're breathing here, we're gonna inhale, take our left hand over as though we're trying to touch the earth with it, breathing into that side body, and then exhale, lift that left leg and reach your hand towards your foot. If you need to bend your knee, that's okay. Doing whatever works for you here, finding your level. Inhale, rainbow, open into that side, breathing. Exhale, lift, stretch, reach for that foot. Inhale, dropping it open. And exhale, reach for that foot. Beautiful. Inhale, open. Exhale, place that left hand down. Knees come back to your mat underneath the hips. And we'll exhale, walk our hands forward and lower our chest down into puppy pose. I'm keeping my shoulders kind of down my back. And then you can either rest your chin or rest your forehead. If you don't have enough space here and you need more, you can always place a block right underneath your collarbones at whatever height feels good. So just breathing. If you need to bend your elbows and rest your forehead, you can. Stretching the hips nice and wide, lifting the tailbone back and away, allowing the spine to drape down, gaining space. Just 2 more rounds of breath here. You can always stay in any pose as long as you'd like, but if you're ready, you can slowly work your way out of this by bringing your hands back towards underneath your shoulders. And then re-establishing this nice strong tabletop here. Stretching the hips apart, lengthening the tailbone. Breathing. And then next we'll inhale, extend the right leg nice and long. Breathing here, exhale, curl knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe gentle back bend with this. Exhale, curl. Keeping the hips stretching apart. Inhale, back up and lengthen. And then exhale with tucked feet, set your foot down. And then we're going to stretch into that heel. So inhaling, pressing the heel towards the floor. If you want to come to your forearms, you can. If you want to stay where you're at, that's fine. And then exhale, I like to kind of curl forward onto the top of my foot. Inhale, stretch that heel back. Inhale, reaching forward and back. Exhale to the top of the foot. Inhale, stretch it back. A lot of the times our hamstrings could be the cause of our back pain and our shoulder pain since it's all connected. Our feet could be the cause of our tight hamstrings. And then inhale, stretching through that heel. Just breathing here for a moment. Maybe gently lift the back of the knee up towards the feet ceiling. Really feel the back of the calf expanding. And then when you're ready, we'll place our hands back underneath our shoulders. Spin that left heel out. Right heel comes to the earth. Inhale, right arm into the air. And then like a rainbow draping over the side, keeping your heart open. Inhale, lift your right leg and reach your right hand towards your foot. Or again, if you need to bend your knee, whichever feels good for you. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, drape. Breathing into that side body. Exhale, gently engage and lift. We want to engage our back so that way it tricks the muscles into relaxing more. Inhale, open. And then exhale, we'll bring those knees back underneath the hips. And then this time, we'll place our right hand into the middle of the mat. Inhale, lift that left arm up nice and tall. There's a rainbow in the sky right now, how nice. Thread that arm through. Place your shoulder down, but before you place your ear down, you're going to stretch your ear away from your shoulder, then set that to the earth. Now, wherever your right hand wants to go is up to you. It could be ahead of you and gently pressing into the earth, still stretching the hips wide and reaching the tailbone back. Keeping the hips just as they are, you can also place your right hand on top of your left, and again, engaging, pressing a little bit, or even reaching to the top of your sacrum or wrapping to your other opposite thigh. So whatever feels good for you here, breathing space into that neck and shoulder, stretching the hips apart and up towards the ceiling. We'll do 2 more rounds of breath here. Nice. And again, if you want to stay here, that's great. If this side's tighter than the other, I recommend it. But if you're ready to come out, we'll place that right hand to the earth. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, place your left hand right in the middle of the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, thread that right arm through. Shoulder touches, and then we stretch away before we set the ear down. And maybe the hand placement is different this time. It's totally up to you. But again, I'm stretching my hips apart and I'm lifting my tailbone back and up. I want to create this length in my spine, length in my neck, and then wherever my hand is, I'm pressing and engaging while releasing and relaxing the opposite shoulder. Breathing here. Can always breathe out through the mouth to help with relaxation and activating the vagus nerve. We'll do 2 more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. And if you want to stay longer, that's great. If you're ready to come out, left hand reaches to the mat as your right arm extends up towards the ceiling. Exhale, placing that hand back towards the earth. We'll do a gentle cat-cow here, just to reset the spine. And then exhale, you can either have your knees together or your knees wide as you set your heels back. Again, if this is really tight for you, you can always place a block on its medium height between your ankles. So that way when you set back, it catches your hips. And then you can always have a block underneath your chest at whichever height, anything that feels good for you. If you do have an extra block that you're not using for your body, you can even reach it as far as your hand will go, and then allow your head and chest to reach through your shoulders. And just breathing here. You can also do this without a block if you don't have one. I just lift up onto my fingertips, and it's essentially the same effect. So no matter what you have, where you're at, you can always accommodate. Do a few more rounds of breath here. Nice, and then slowly, not putting too much weight into the shoulders as you lift up, I'm going to reach the block closer towards me and then place it on its smallest height. And then I'm going to actually rest my shoulders or my elbows onto the block. And then same thing, I can either catch my face with my arms or allow my head to reach through my arms, and then placing my hands together as close as I can towards between my shoulder blades. And for more of a stretch, you can walk your elbows as close together as they'll go, and just breathing here. Sometimes I feel extra tension. I'll just kind of roll on the elbows by just moving my fingers and my forearms forward and back. Kind of help break up that fascia. Beautiful. And then one more round of breath here. Nice. And then we'll slowly make our way out of this, walking our hands back towards our hips. And then slowly sitting up, just some gentle cat-cow here, kneeling. Reset the spine and just kind of wiggling, breathing, feeling into your body. Nice. So we'll go ahead and move the block out of the way and sit on our bottoms, scooching down so we're more in the middle of our mat. We're going to sit up and then take your left leg underneath so that way the shin is in line with the top of your mat, and then stack your right leg on top, again stretching the hips out so that way you have a nice even seat on the earth. If you need to, as you can see, my knee doesn't quite drop, so I'll just put a block there to have a little extra support, but we want our knees to be like almost behind the ankles. So we're sitting up nice and tall here, breathing. If this is where you're at in your body, that's great. If you'd like, we can inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, gently twist towards the right. Breathing. You can always grab a block for this back hand, whatever your body needs. And I'm just gently pressing the outer edge of my left arm into my thigh and breathing. Staying somewhat activated in the thighs, left hips moving forward, right hips moving back. And we'll do 2 more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. And then inhaling, coming back to center, we'll walk our left ankle more towards our right hip and reach our right knee up, and we'll lay back. So if it's okay for you here, just breathing in this pose. If you want to go ahead and reach for your ankle, you can, maybe coming into a little bit of a side bend. You can take your left arm overhead and just breathing. I like to kind of like squeeze the sole of my foot, a little comforting, or at least just hold my foot. Or if you can't reach, you can always extend by placing your block on your foot and holding the block. There's always ways. And breathe into the side body. And we'll do 3 more rounds of breath here. You can inhale through the nose, deep into the belly, into the hips, into the chest. Exhale out through the mouth. Breathing in deep into the pelvis, hips, belly, ribs, chest, throat. Exhale. And once more. Breathing deep into the feet, the legs, the hips, the belly, the chest. Exhale. And then only if you're ready to come out, we'll inhale, take the spine nice and straight, and then plant our left foot, resetting the hips. If this is enough of a stretch for you, you can stay here, or you can even place your foot on top of a block to add a little bit more of a stretch, or reach through to grab the back of your knee or the back of your thigh and gently reach that leg forward. And just breathing here. If you want to do some rolls in the ankles. Again, tight feet, tight ankles can lead to tight hamstrings, which would lead to tight back and shoulders. And you can go in the opposite direction with them or just hang out. And then just resting into this for a moment, 3 rounds of breath. Nice. And then we'll inhale, unwind the legs. You can rock up, give your knees a little bit of a squeeze, and then we'll take the backs of the legs and gently rock up and down a few times. It might help massage out the spine, and slowly sitting up. This time, the right leg will come underneath, shin parallel to the top of your mat, left leg on top. Again, if you need to support that other knee with a block, that's great. Gently flexing the feet here. Take the flesh out from underneath the buttocks to sit up nice and tall. If this is where you're at in your body, that's super awesome. If you'd like to go further, we can inhale, reach the arms up, keeping the shoulders soft. Exhale, send that right hip forward, left hip back as you reach to the left, looking gently over that left shoulder, finding your support wherever you need or want it. We don't have to go to extremes here. We're just allowing the body to open, soften, and let go of tension. Breathing into the whole body. Staying connected. Keeping the mind here in your body, on your mat. And we'll do 2 more rounds of breath here. Nice and gently sitting forward. That right ankle can come up to your left hip, planting the left foot down, taking your hands behind you to slowly walk your torso down towards the earth, and then lengthening out through the spine, we can reach the shoulder down towards the left shoulder, down towards our right foot or our left hip, and inhale, let the right arm up, come overhead, bending at the elbow. And again, squeezing or maybe just placing your hand on your foot or getting a little extender by holding the block and the block touching your foot. This is a nice just little grounding pose here. You can let your chin drop wherever it feels good. Taking a deep breath into the side body. And allowing yourself to melt and relax. Notice if your body wants to yawn or make any sort of noises, or maybe it has a few little twitches to get out. Allow your body to release the energy however it needs to. And we'll take 3 more rounds of breath here, nice and deep. If you want to stay longer, that's totally great, especially if it's your tighter side. I recommend it, but if you're ready, we can straighten the shoulders back out. Plant that right foot, reset the hips so everything's nice in alignment. And again, you can stay here if that's an actual stretch for you. You can even place a block down to help with the stretch a little bit more if you just want to relax into it. or you can even reach for the back of that thigh and gently pull your knee and your leg into your chest. And just breathing here, maybe doing some circles with the ankles in one direction. And then the opposite. And then just letting everything settle and breathing into the body. Again, just breathing deep into the hips, the belly, torso, even your chest and chin. Exhale out through the mouth. Breathing deep. Imagine your breath can move through your body, finding any areas of tension and expanding those areas with oxygen, and then releasing the tension out on the exhale, filling that space with air and light and love and openness. Only 3 more rounds of breath here. Can you breathe into your feet, into your thighs, into your hips? Breathing into your whole body. And again, feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, but if you're ready, we'll unwind the legs, curling up if possible, reaching for those knees. I like to kiss my knees. Thank you, knees. You help me walk, run, play, do yoga, all the things I love to do. And we'll stretch the legs out to the corners of our mat. Tuck the shoulders underneath the spine. Deep breath into the whole body as though you could breathe through every cell, every pore, even kind of engage every muscle, every little tendon, even scrunch up your face, maybe your fist, curl your feet, and then let it all go. Relax. Let it be. If laying on your back is too much, or if it hurts your back, you can bend your knees, placing your feet on the ground, feet wider than your hips, letting your knees rest in towards each other. Or you can even roll to your belly using your blocks right under your shoulders, like the deltoid, so your chest has space. And then resting your forehead down or resting your chin. Just allow your body to be and relax. Feel everything getting heavy and soft. And I'll just take a few moments here. Trust that I'll bring you out when it's time. The video didn't pause, it didn't move on. We're still here. And we'll start to deepen our breath, especially into our back and our shoulders, our hips. Start to wiggle the toes, the fingers, the wrists, the ankles, the knees, the elbows. Oh, and maybe a full body stretch. Oh. And then we'll slowly roll to one side, coming into a fetal position, resting your head on your arm. Left or opposite hand goes flat right in front of the chest onto the mat. And just take a moment to offer your body some love and gratitude. It heals you, guides you, nourishes you, all without being asked or told how. Thank you, body. Love you, body. And when you're ready, you'll extend your top leg and press into the flat palm of your hand to slowly sit up. You can keep your eyes closed or soft gaze, coming to your version of a comfortable seat. We'll inhale, lift the heart, bringing the hands to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, bow your mind to your heart space. The love enlightened me recognizes and honors the love enlightened each of you in everyone and everything. Namaste. Thank you so much for following along. I hope that this helps you feel better in your back, in your shoulders, and in your body, and in your mind. Be sure to leave me any comments with questions or requests. I'm totally here for you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.